Statewide right now, there are over 4.4 million people who have suspended driver's licenses just because they can't afford to pay a traffic ticket. A minor citation that spirals into the loss of a license and sometimes the loss of a vehicle. The impact that has on families is huge for employment. People can't work if they can't drive. They can't get jobs if they don't have licenses. Because that number is so high, there are many more people who are driving on suspended licenses, and as a result of that, there are many more people who are stopped, taken into the criminal justice system, and prosecuted with misdemeanors for driving on a suspended license. And it all started with a traffic ticket that they couldn't afford to pay. People are caught driving on a suspended license, then they often have their vehicles towed. That happens disproportionately to people of color, but anyone could have their vehicle towed for driving on a suspended license.
I said, I don't smoke, I don't drink. To me, it was a black man, 4 o'clock in the morning, driving a new Cadillac. You know, he's up to something. He does something illegal, you know. And he wrote up the citation, and he said, oh, by the way, I'm going to tow your vehicle. And that's when I lost it. I was like, why? You know, I'm 2 blocks away from home. I can have somebody come get it in the morning, you know. I said, I need the vehicle to get to work, you know. Buses don't run at this time of the morning when I get off work. I would have to wait like until 6 in order to catch the first bus to come home, which means I would have had a 2-hour ride to get home on the bus. I was upset, you know. That car is something that I worked hard for. I work hard every day. And, you know, I admit it, I was wrong. I knew I shouldn't have been driving with a suspended license. But, you know, life, I have to work. It was $2,612, and it says 0 balance. This was just a real big inconvenience to have that vehicle towed like that.
When you talk about driving with a suspended license, it is disingenuous to suggest this is racial. This has nothing to do with race. To me, this is a socioeconomic issue, right? If a person is stopped and gets a citation and is of means, if I were to get stopped and get a ticket, I would do something. I would either pay the ticket, I'd go to court and fight it, or I'd go to traffic school, but I would take care of it. Now, if we stop somebody who is not of means, let's say somebody who either doesn't have a job or has a low-paying job or has a family and they're the only wage earner, and they either can't afford to pay the ticket, they can't afford to take off work to go to court, or they're afraid. What happens is they don't take care of that citation, and then that citation turns into a suspension. And that's that vicious cycle.
Just the tow fee and the impoundment fees are often prohibitive for people who are paycheck to paycheck to getting their car back. And so a very high percentage of people have to sign their cars over to the tow lot just to cover the costs of the tow and impound fees.
No, realmente no creo que pueda sacarlo porque no tengo esa cantidad que me van a pedir. Gano como 800 a la quincena. Se me hace difícil sacar mi carro y era lo único que yo tenía para moverme. Yo entiendo que sí cometí el error de que me le pusieran el sticker, pero no se me hace justo que por el sticker que tenía sobrepuesto me quitaran la VEN. A mí más que nada me está afectando en mi trabajo y para llevar al niño a la escuela. Mi trabajo queda en Menlo Park, queda como en el carro me hacía 10 minutos, en el bus me hago 40 minutos. Que tengo a mi hijo también que dejarlo listo, porque lo tengo que dejar en su parada del bus también, y a veces si a él se le pasa, como su escuela está muy retirado, a veces lo acompaña hasta la mitad del camino caminando. Casi siempre yo lo llevaba a su papá, pero desafortunadamente vino también migración por él aquí a la casa. Apenas hace 15 días, vino aquí migración en la mañanita como a las 6:30 de la mañana y lo recogió. A mí me da más triste por el niño, porque el niño fue el que miró cómo lo arrestaron y cómo se lo llevaron. Y pues ahorita yo soy la que soy para el niño llevándolo, recogiéndolo y todo, pues me da más difícil. Y luego sin carro más.
One of the things people don't understand about driving in California, driving here is not a right, it's a privilege. And that privilege can be taken away by the state at any time, right? So if you are totally unlicensed, you've never had a license in our state, and you come into our state and you are stopped by a police officer for a vehicle code violation, they can give you a citation even though you don't have a California driver's license, right? So they give you the citation for being an unlicensed driver and speeding or whatever reason they stopped you. They give it to you, and if that person doesn't take care of it, their privilege gets suspended. The entire corridor of 101 and East 101, it is highly saturated with traffic. You have the bridge, you have Willow, you have Marsh, and it is really a hub of pass-through traffic. Back in 2011, when I arrived at this police department, what I found is that we were one of the worst in the state of California when it came to traffic accidents, fatal accidents, injury accidents. So we've made a very concerted effort at the Menlo Park Police Department to try to address that. Because of the outcry from residents, we have reinstituted our traffic units. So now we have 2 motor officers that work 5 days a week. So they're out there writing a whole bunch of citations. And the more people you stop, chances are the more people who are going to be suspended that we're going to find.